Hey, DJ Mikey Mike in Direct Sound, and we are doing it from scratch today. That's right, we're doing it from scratch with a brand new CHAUVET Nimbus low-lying fog effect. That's right, we got one brand new right here in the box. We're getting ready to pull it out. I went to my local welding gas supply place, and I purchased about 40 pounds of dry ice. We're going to be using this weekend. If you guys want to see this live in action, West Coast DJs live in Moreno Valley with Abstract and Stilo and the rest of the gang. Brian S. Red's going to be there. I'm going to be there. The whole crew's going to be there. I think Jay from Pioneer's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come on down to West Coast DJs Live in Moreno Valley, and I'm going to have the CHAUVET Nimbus there for you guys to see firsthand. All right? I'm going to have some great deals on this too. I talked to my buddy Alan at Hollywood DJ. He has these things in stock, so you guys can be able to pick some stuff up quickly in the local area and have yourself a low-lying fog effect. Pretty cool. I'm going to show you some do's and don'ts about low-lying fog. I'll show you what kind of dry ice to use or gives you the best effect. And we're going to fire this thing up and show you some pretty cool stuff. This is new and improved over my old dry ice fogger. It has a double heating element. So if I need to heat up water quickly, bam, this thing can do it. Okay, so I'll show you some pros and cons. I'll show you, pull this thing out of the box, show you what it looks like. And we're going to see if it fits into my little rolling cart that I've already created. I'm going to have to build a new rolling cart for this, and we'll do that and do it from scratch for you also. So sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. It's DJ Mikey Mike, the CHAUVET Nimbus. Here we go. All right, we have the Nimbus here. Now I own a different manufacturer's fogger also. I brought on the Nimbus to give me the ability to do a first dance and then immediately after go into a father-daughter or mother-son dance. Previously, I had to do a water change, and it was there was no time to heat up the water and do things like that. So now I'll be able to have two foggers staged and ready to roll for my events. So the Nimbus is going to be a great addition to my low-lying fog effect. I'm going to be able to offer some great opportunities for my clients. It's going to be amazing. So some cool things about they've added to the Nimbus compared to my other fogger that I own. One is, and I'll show you here in just a second, is it has a hingeable door. My other fogger, I have to remove the door, set it off to the side, load the ice, grab the door, put it back on. It's crazy. This one is a hingeable door. I'll show you that. Also, it has two heating elements. So if you are, for example, you are in a location that you need quick water heating, okay? Say you had to fill your fogger up with a hose outside somewhere, bring it into the venue, you have really cold water, you had no access to hot water, and you have a short time to get the water heated up. It has a dual heating element, okay? So you could, as long as you have the power available, you can use the dual heating element setup and really kick the current up and get that water going to the temperature that you need. Okay, so great stuff there. All right, got the new CHAUVET Nimbus low-lying fog effect here, dry ice fogger. Some cool new features about this thing compared to my other fogger. One cool feature is I like the hingeable door, really cool hingeable door. The door stays on to the fogger, so I don't have to set my door off to the side. Also has dual heating elements. It has a power con adapter on the side to give you an additional heating element resource. So you don't have to use the additional resource. It gives you two power plugs. So we have two power plugs. One's the power con and one's the standard heating element power. So if you choose to, you can run two power cords over. You need a 15 amp breaker or more to run this thing when you're doing dual power source. It'll get your water up to the temperature that you need quickly if you're running dual power source. Now normally, when I normally run a fog machine, I can use normal kitchen water, okay, at about 140, 150 degrees, something like that, into my fogger. Just use the normal heating element on my other fog machine, and it keeps it at the right temperature. I'm able to unplug that and take it mobily. Now, I use a little mobile cart, and what's cool about the Nimbus is it's the same size, or really close to the same size as my other fogger. So I just popped it into my cart, and it fits perfectly. So I'll be building another cart from scratch. We'll be doing it from scratch for a Nimbus cart, rolling cart. Show you how that's going to work. We got the extra power adapter for the power con for double heating element. It's made of the same style material. It's a really cool fogger, and it works exactly the same. It has a lowering handle system, drops a basket into of ice into the boiling water, and produces the fog effect. So I'll show you some tips and tricks about low-lying fog. We want to make sure everybody's doing this correctly. I don't want to end up in the same issue that we are with regular foggers, to where we can barely use those in any venue. Okay, so check with your venues before you bring your fog machines in. Don't just assume that you can bring it in without permission, or go there and do a low-lying fog demonstration for them. Show them how cool it looks, how it's going to make their venue look cool, and how it's not going to stain any furniture, carpets, things like that when you're using the effect with them. And they'll be a lot more willing to work with you and promote you for your clients than if you just do it all willy-nilly and maybe make a mistake here or there. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're on top of your game before you bring these fog effects out. Okay, just because it's available doesn't mean you know how to use it. So make sure you practice. Practice makes perfect. All right, so we'll show you a little bit about the fogger, and here we go. All right, the new CHAUVET Nimbus. Like we talked about, it has the hingeable door. Inside the fogger, it has a stainless steel basket to avoid rusting. It has dual heating elements. There's the dual brass heating elements to the bottom of the fogger. Stainless steel basket. They have a float system in there for low water conditions. It also looks like it has a thermocouple for a temperature shutoff. So when it reaches the right temperature, it looks like we have a shutoff condition in there. It's made from an ABS style plastic. It has an adjustable ratchetable handle to feather the dry ice into the machine to give you the desired effect. It has a 4-inch nozzle in the front where you can attach a dryer hose if you want to remote locate some fog. You can also do that. It sits flat on the floor, so we can also integrate a rolling cart for this. And let me show you what that looks like. Alright, we have our rolling cart here. So it has a small heating element box on the side. It just has to clear the cart, slide that inside, lock your fogger in, and now you have a rolling cart for your low-lying fogger. I have a small brake system on the back of mine to lock it into place if I need to. But this will get you into the location that you need quickly and produce your fog as needed. Alright, the first thing I want to show you is the dry ice. I went to my local dry ice dealer and I picked up some dry ice. Alright, dry ice has some safety issues that you got to deal with. Okay, you don't want to keep it in a confined space. So like in your car, keep the windows rolled down when you're traveling with this stuff, or keep it well ventilated. Don't touch it with your hands, okay? Use gloves. You can touch it quickly, but you gotta put it down. It's really, really cold. It's 180 degrees, 190 degrees, -0. Okay, that's Fahrenheit. So I purchased dry ice in pellets. Okay, it comes in little pellets. Okay, it's really cold, super cold. Okay, don't want to touch it with your fingers too long or you're gonna get frostbite. Okay, use gloves. Keep it in a well ventilated area. You can keep it in a cooler. Okay, don't put it in an ice box. Keep it in a cooler. It keeps itself cold. Okay, I have the West Coast DJs live event on Sunday. I have about 40 pounds of dry ice here. By Sunday, I'll probably have about 20 pounds of dry ice. Okay, so I had to purchase it early because my ice manufacturer, they're not open on the weekends. So I got to plan ahead of time. Okay, I purchased, my dry ice cost about 75 cents or so a pound. You can get it at the supermarket in blocks for about $1.50 a pound. But then you got to break it up, okay? You're not consistent. This is very consistent in shape and in pellets. It's very consistent. So you get good water flow around your ice. You get a good effect, okay? When you're using the crushed up style, you get a lot of powder when you break it up. You get a lot of small pieces. Falls through the cracks of your icer, gets into the water, and you already have fog coming out of your icer before you even start your effect. Okay, so that's one thing you got to look about. So the pellets are the best thing if you can get them. They're a little difficult to find, but they're available out there. Works great for me. Okay, it lasts about 3 days of ice when you purchase it. So you can keep it in its own cooler, keeps itself cool. Don't seal the cooler. Like if you have one of them ratcheting coolers, don't ratchet it closed. Could blow up because it off gases. Okay, it's dry ice because what happens is the ice, when it melts, say, it basically evaporates and turns into a gas. Okay, so at the size it is now, when it's a gas form, if it's this size as ice, it's this size as gas. So when it off gases, it expands quickly. So that's what gives you that low-lying effect. Super quick expansion, and it cools as it expands, so it lays low on the floor. Okay, so a little bit about dry ice. Be careful with it. Don't touch it with your hands. Use gloves. Although I've been doing dry ice for a long time, I know exactly what the temperature differences are. And I use a little ice scooper when I do mine. I wear gloves. Okay, grab a hold of the ice scooper. The ice scooper is going to get cold quickly. So I scoop my ice into my fogger, and it can do it pretty quick. So be prepared. Another thing is, don't put your scooper back in with your ice. Okay, leave it off to the side, because when you try to grab it again, even with gloves on, it'll be super cold, and that can affect your hands and get frostbite also. So be really careful. Dry ice is not something to play with. Okay, it could be dangerous, so be careful. All right. So anyway, we're gonna load the fogger up with water, and I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll apply some ice. Okay, typically what I do is I have two 5-gallon buckets. I fill them about halfway up with water, with kitchen water, about 140 or so degrees, and then I pour it in my fogger. Usually about that, you could almost do an event with just hot water, but it's better to heat it up a little bit more. Okay, if you have no power available but you have hot water source, you might be able to get away with a 2 to 3 minute fog event. Typically the event lasts about 2 or 3 minutes, but the hotter your water is, the more violent reaction the ice will act, and you'll get more fog coming out. Okay, so I fill it up about halfway. That way it's easy to manage, and I'm not having water spilling around the floor of the dance floor or the venue. And it takes about 5 gallons, so I fill two 5-gallon buckets up halfway, easy to manage, fill up the fogger. So we fill it up right to the bottom of the basket. So what you're going to do is make sure your handle's all the way up. We're going to fill to the bottom of the basket level. Now if you fill it up a little bit higher than the basket, as soon as you dump your ice in, it's going to start producing fog. So you can just do it right to the very edge of the basket. That way when it heats up, it starts evaporating the water a little bit. It'll be just below the basket in time for your first dance. So let's load this water in here real quick. Okay, we'll get a little more water, and we'll fill the rest of the way up. Okay, just as I suspected, about 5 gallons of water fits right into the Nimbus fogger. The water is right at the bottom level of the basket. Okay, it's just protruding through the basket just a little bit, which if I put ice in there right this second, it would start producing fog right when I put it in there. Not a lot, but just off-gassing a little bit. So what we want to do, we're going to plug it in, let it heat up a little bit. We'll apply some ice and see what it looks like. All right, it has a heat on light. So if your water level was too low, the heat light on light would not come on. Also has a green ready light. So when the water temperature gets to the optimum temperature, the green light will come on. You're ready to use fog. Okay, so we're going to let this thing heat up here for a little while. We'll come back and put some ice in it, and we'll see what we can do. All right, the green light just came on. I knew it was getting just about right because I could hear the kind of the boiling effect of the boiling sound inside the fogger, which is common, and the mist and steam started coming out of the nozzle of the fogger. So that's a good indication you got plenty of heat, you're ready to go. We're going to load this thing up with about 15 pounds of dry ice, 3 or 4 scoops. You'll see me do it, and then I'm going to deploy the fog across the shop floor here and fill up this garage floor in nothing flat. We'll see how this Nimbus works out for us. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's steam coming up out of the fogger. The water level in the fogger is just below the basket. As you see, I lower the basket, the water is right there, just below the water level. And we're going to take our dry ice, notice the pellet forms, and we're going to fill the basket and deploy the ice. Alright, so we got 1 scoop. 7. Alright, 7 scoops is full of ice. As you can see, the fog is coming out on the floor right now. We're going to close the lid. And here it comes.
Okay, we haven't even pulled the handle yet, and it's already coming out. So, let's see how far this fog will shoot across the floor when we dump the water into the basket. All the way across, fills up the garage completely, covering the motorcycle. This fogger's working great. Complete low-lying fog. As you can see, half the garage is gone. Let's turn out the lights and see what it looks like. Pretty cool.
We're gonna shoot it one more time. All right, round two, here we go.
All right, completely amazing job. The Nimbus fogger is doing great. Still has some great output coming out of that thing. It's shooting about 3 to 4 feet out from the fogger. And there's no moisture on the floor, so the temperature is perfect when the green light is on. Great stuff.
Hey, that's right. The CHAUVET low-lying dry ice fogger, the Nimbus. Wow, what a cool effect. What a great product. I'm really happy to add to my arsenal. This is great. Okay, so some great features on the Nimbus. The double heating element. It does suck a lot of power if you're plugging both of those power units in, but that's okay. It gives you the option. So you have options. That's what's cool about lighting, and you always want to have options. So if you need to heat up your water quick and you got power available, bam, you're ready to go. Also, CHAUVET's integrated the temperature shutoff. Okay, so when it gets to the right temperature, the green light comes off and it stops heating. So you're not going to overheat your water, causing water to boil and throw out on the dance floor unnecessarily. Okay, so that's a great safety feature that they've added. That's awesome. The double power, the over temperature, and the low water level warning or the shutoff, great stuff. The Nimbus looks great. It's the same size as my other fogger, so it fits right in my cart. Some great features with the CHAUVET Nimbus low-lying dry ice fogger. Take a look at it just for you. We're going to have it at the West Coast DJs Live event this Sunday in Moreno Valley. Come on down and check it out. All right, DJ Mikey Mike with Direct Sound, doing it from scratch. Peace!